Hey everybody, I want to make this video. It's something that I've been dealing with myself. It's basically like, who are you? Like, who am I? I know who I am. I know who the Most High has destined me to be. You know what I'm saying? So when outside energies or people go against my idea of myself, then it's a conflict of interest. Then I feel like you don't know who I am. You don't know me. They don't know who you are. So that's why they're treating you this way. But who are you really? Like, do you base your identity on your success, or how you were raised, your family dynamics, where you're from? If you're from California, you're from New York, you're from Florida, you're from Georgia, you from Texas or whatever. Like, because people, it's something that we kind of sort of do not have much control over, as far as our environment, because it's three factors I believe that play a part or play a role in our true identity. Well, in our identity, not true identity, but it's basically our environment plays a role in our DNA and our genetics, how we're made up, whether we're African American, white, Asian, African, or whatever. So we have these predetermining factors that plays a part or plays a role. But who are you at a soul level? Who are you at a spiritual level? That really is the really only thing that really matters. Let's just get that understood. This is what this video is about. So in our reality, this is what's very interesting about human beings, about we're spiritual beings having a human experience. So that pretty much sums it all up, because at the end of the day, you will not truly know who you are spiritually until you tap in with the Most High. The Most High knows your spirit, and you were created in the image of God. So you should have a godly spirit, a pure heart. You shouldn't be out here slandering people, gossiping, all of that negative stuff. I have to watch myself, because all of that energy isn't in alignment with my highest good. And then as far as relationships, if a person did me wrong and didn't see my value or worth, I can't take it personally. I don't take it personally. And somebody told me about the four agreements, and that's one of the agreements. Yeah, so someone was telling me about the four agreements, and I basically innately have been practicing this, and it has changed my life. And since I read about it or listened to it on YouTube, it's a great confirmation. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your words, and the other one is don't take anything personally, don't assume things, and do your best, and don't make assumptions. So don't make assumptions, be impeccable with your words, don't take anything personal, and do your best. So if you do your best, be impeccable with your words, don't take anything personal, and do not make assumptions, then you could transform your life and do what's in your best interest. So that's pretty much, yeah, have a better quality of life, because we tend to take things personal if a person doesn't like us or rejects us or ghosts us or block us or something. And it's like, who do you think I am? Like, we take it personal. It's difficult to explain spiritual things and put it to words, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's an illusion. Like, the idea of a person has about you, and like in that the four agreements, like, depending on the person's perspective, they are only going to see it from their perspective. Everybody has their own truth. My personal perspective is different from my mother's, is different from my brother's, is different from my daughter's. Even though we are family, they're where they are positioned in life is going to be from a different vantage point, a different viewpoint. So we're going to see things differently, and that has to be understood. That doesn't mean that it's bad or it's wrong, or we have to have a debate or argument about it. You just see things from basically pretty much, everybody's going to think about themselves first. They're going to think about, how does this affect me? What is, like, what, they're kind of selfish, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I've been dealing with. Like, I have to shatter that illusion or that identity that I have in that I've been like perpetuating, and that's what people do. Like, you can date a new person, but you're the same person if you do not recognize how you want to be perceived and how you want to show up in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if you are depressed and sad from past experience or whatever the case may be, and you get into a relationship, then you're showing up as a broken individual. And how is that going to play out? It's like you're not changing for the better. You're not evolving. You're not being the best version of yourself. You're not being a greater version of yourself. So it's like you may be going about the whole situation the wrong way. Like, you looking outside of yourself for someone to comfort you and validate you, but you have yet done the inner work to get to where you need to be. So, because that person probably wasn't even worth your time or energy, and you were way too good for this person, but what your actions showed something totally different, because you were still in this programming, this mental narrative, like on just a cycle, just doing the same thing over and over and over again, and not really changing your true identity and really knowing who you are. And that's why you keep getting the same results over and over and over, because it's like you're at a it's like your soul and your spirit and your physical body is at war with itself, and your mind is at war with itself. It's like, how do I keep putting myself in a situation? Like, how do I get myself out of the situation? How do I change the narrative? How do I be in alignment with my highest good, mind, body, soul, and spirit, and only attract what I desire and that I need? And you know what I'm saying? And receive the positive relationships and friendships that are in alignment with my highest good. Like, why is it so hard for me to have this same respect, of mutual respect? You know what I'm saying? Like, people will try to categorize you. And like, if you are a woman, or you are African American, or if you have kids, or if you are a single mother, or if are you from Africa, are you from California, are you from New York? People tend to do have certain traits as a whole. Like, people from a certain area do have things in common, and they are a standard in that region or that area. But the thing about me is, I lived so many different places that I don't really fall into those categories per se in my mind. That's why it's probably not is good and is bad. I mean, not, it has its pros and its cons, because I don't really fall into societal norms or what have you. I really don't feel like my environment is constrained me to be one particular way or another way. Like, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, but I lived in Japan, California, Texas, Georgia. I've been around Hispanic people, Caucasian people, African people, our people of many different races. Like, I don't subscribe to just being this or that. Like, I'm a human being. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. So the only thing that has kept me grounded is my relationship with the Most High. And this is that's what comes with, if you have, and that's really going to be your true identity, is your spiritual identity. Your spiritual identity. Who are you in the spirit? Who are you spiritually? Not that I was raised with wealthy parents, so now I'm a spoiled brat. Is that who you are really? Or I was raised by a single mother, so I have to be a drug dealer or a gangbanger. I gotta be a thought out here in the streets. I gotta be promiscuous. I gotta be thugged out. I gotta be this and this and that, because this is how I was raised. Like, no, we have to break out of those societal norms and really find our true identity and purpose, because at the end of the day, can't nobody tell you who you are. They can't make or break you and determine your fate. Only you and the Most High determines your fate. So yeah, just keep that in mind, that with you, you are the co-creator of your own reality, and I am the co-creator of my own reality. I am not my past. I am not what somebody thinks about me. I'm not what somebody feels about me. You are not your past. You are not what somebody feels about you. You are not what somebody thinks about you. You are not what society says about you. You are not a statistic. You are more than a conqueror. You are blessed and abundant and highly favored. And yeah, as long as you are in alignment with the most high plan and purpose for your life, there's no telling where you could go and where you could be. Nobody has the power or control over you to determine your future. And that has to be understood. So we can be our own worst enemy by adopting these ideas and things that have been placed upon us and used to stigmatize and categorize and demonize and, use it as a hindrance, as a stronghold to create an obstacle in our life to prevent us from getting to our greater purpose, our higher purpose, and our higher calling in our life. And at the end of the day, it's going to be undeniable once you really tap into your true identity and call and purpose and plan that the Most High has for you. Then you will really be recognizable for who you really are, and the two will align. The physical realm and the spiritual realm will be in alignment. My spiritual and my physical is become more in alignment with the two. So it's like my spirit is saying, is getting stronger, and my physical is getting stronger. So the two have to be in alignment, and along with my consciousness and my subconsciousness, my masculine and my feminine, and all of that has to be in alignment for my greater good, for the highest purpose and the call and plan and purpose for my life. But yeah, hopefully you all gather what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that's a problem for me. I'm like, it creates a discomfort when you feel like you being racially profiled, or you being treated less than, or you being abused because this person subjects you and plays on your intelligence and make you gaslight you. People gaslight you to make you think you're crazy, and you're like, why am I letting this person affect me this way? What is it about me that I'm coming into agreement with this? I'm coming into agreement with this disrespect is what is given. We cannot come into agreement with the adversary. We cannot come into agreement with something that's not true. We don't come into agreement with something that is false and is not real and it's not based on reality, not based on facts. So that's why they did say the four agreements. So don't take anything personally. Don't take it personal when somebody is saying something crazy or not in alignment with who you, even if it's just ignore it. Don't take it personal. It says more about them than it says about you. And that has to be something that we practice and get down to a T. And don't make assumptions. If somebody says something, don't assume anything. And then just do your best and be impeccable with your words. But yeah, shouts out to whoever and shouts out to the person in the comments who said look up the four agreements, because this is something that I've been working on in my personal life, and that your comment was a confirmation to what I need to continue to do, to strive to be the best version of myself, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And then hopefully one day that everything will be in 100% alignment. And yeah, but at the end of the day, remember to keep the Most High first and be blessed. Bye.